Alright, my name is Juho, also known as Juhorse. I'm a Singaporean speedrunner, and welcome to Remothered Tormented Fathers. Remothered Tormented Fathers is a Clock Tower spin-off game that the Clock Tower developers kind of like greenlit this game, but because this game is made by Storymind Games and Daryl Arts, they kind of scrapped the whole thing and remade it into Remothered Tormented Fathers. Remothered is a trilogy. This is the first game of this of its trilogy. The second game will come out summer 2020, and it's called Remothered Broken Porcelain. And I'm pretty excited for the game to come out. So we're gonna start into this game. This category is called any percent, by the way. There are two categories in this speedrun, any percent and 100%. But I'm gonna do any percent for this submission run. So yeah. We're just gonna wait for this metronome to disappear, and yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Remothered Tormented Fathers revolves around this case of a little girl who went missing a long time ago, and you want to find out what happened to this little girl. This little girl's name is called Celeste. You are Rosemary Reed. And Rosemary Reed is a quote-unquote doctor, but the whole fact about Rosemary Reed is that she is a nobody. She is just a pure stranger coming into this mansion, trying to find out information about this missing girl. Later on in this game, you will find a few notable characters and also enemies. But for now, this is just a auto-scroller and a prologue. So you're just going into this mansion. And I would like to talk about the outfit. The outfit for this lady right here. You have a pencil skirt, a handbag, and high heels to run. Like, who can run in high heels in real life? Like, athletic women? Maybe. She's really athletic, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna go into the mansion right now. And we're gonna meet up with a character that is called Gloria. Now, Gloria is the caretaker of Mr. and supposedly Mrs. Felton, but in the story progresses... Alright, there you go. As the story progresses, you find out that there is no Mrs. Felton, and is later changed to another character, which we'll talk about later on. This is a whole auto-scroller slash prologue, but I'm gonna talk about two mechanics in this game that is crucial to the speedrun. Both of them are kind of useful because you can defend yourself from enemies. The first one is called the dodge mechanic. Now, the dodge mechanic is kind of useful because when you're getting chased by an enemy, going in front of the enemy and pushing them away could save a lot of time than just dodging them or like moving to one side, because any enemy can just slash you at a distance, and it's not really that great to just move away from the enemy's slashes. So you use a dodge mechanic, but the dodge mechanic would use a lot of energy, because in this game you are running around in this mansion trying to do stuff, and you need sufficient amount of energy just to push or just to dodge an enemy away. That's the first mechanic. The second mechanic is called the throwable items, and throwable items are items that you can throw on enemies and kind of like defend yourself from enemies' grasp. I'm gonna use that a lot as well. So we're coming to the end of the prologue. The prologue talks about Mr. Felton and Mr. Felton wanting to know more about this lady and wanting to know why is she a doctor and stuff like that. Why she came here, why she talks about this little girl. She kind of like gets out of here. She kind of got kicked out. Then she came back to the mansion. Yeah, we're into this the game fully. I'm gonna take this snow globe and I'm gonna take this knife, because this knife is kind of my defense item. Defense items are not really used because they kind of waste time. I'll explain that if I actually use a defense item. But yeah, supposedly Mr. Felton kind of hears you coming into the bedroom, and that is supposedly Mrs. Felton, which, spoiler alert, in the game, this person is called Jennifer, and Jennifer is a kind of a quote-unquote cosplay outfit for Mr. Felton, which he's gonna come in. There we go, that's Mr. Felton. Mr. Felton is with an apron, gloves, a sickle, and no clothes at all, so that's how a killer looks like. But like I said, it's Mr. Felton's cosplay outfit because in the story, Mr. Felton kind of change gender. So he can change from a guy to a male to a female, to a male to a female. And yeah. So I'm gonna do this safe strat right here because I don't wanna get both of the doors open. And I'll let them get close. I mean, I want them close for a bit. So I'm gonna take this key from the robe of Mr. Felton in the bathroom, and going through this door will kind of like lose me a second, but at the same time, it allows Mr. Felton to come towards me right here, so I can push him away like this. This is the dodge mechanic. So I need sufficient amount of energy to actually push him away. Right now, if I press F right now, like this, it says I don't have enough energy. What that means is that because I'm using all my stamina for running, I can't push any enemies away until I have enough stamina to actually push an enemy away. I'm gonna use this key for this door, and this first part is called the 3-item grab for me, because you need to take 3 items in this dining area. And you go to this kitchen first to take a plunger. Alright. I'm gonna take this glass cup as well, and then wait for Mr. Felton to open up the door so I could take this handle. And if she's really clumsy, she break the shelf. I don't know why. And then we could take the handle from climbing up a chair, where she could have thought of it before. I'm gonna do this glitch where I get Mr. Felton to come here and hit me. Alright, so this glitch allows me to attach the handle onto the oven. And what that does is that any action that I do when I get hit will allow me to do the action plus move around. This is another glitch that I'll be doing. It's the same thing, and I'm able to move while getting shot. And this is faster than just standing there and just not knowing what to do. I'm going to go to this oven and take this film. I'm gonna do this quick time event. I forgot to say that. And we take this film, and we'll wait for Mr. Felton to go around, and we could escape from him. Now I'm going back to this dining room where a chandelier fell right behind us, and we're gonna take this metal cable. Now this metal cable can be used later on in the basement, and that is it. That's the 3-item grab, and we escape from Mr. Felton's wrath. So at the same time, I'm gonna talk about it. I got 2 hits from Mr. Felton already. Normally the only 2 hits that I'm gonna get is from Mr. Felton, and that's it. If I get one more hit, I have to do a kind of a quick time event, like a quote-unquote death quick time event, where with a defense item, I can do a quick time event just to avoid the death. If I don't have a quick time, if I don't have a defense item, excuse me, I'm gonna be dead really easily, unless I have a defense item. So I've gone back to the bathroom and used a plunger to just plunge the tub and get this key, which goes from the basement. And I need to retrieve that key by using brute force. And now, because I've done a cutscene, I can push him away that easily. So the reason why I can push him away is that because you have done a cutscene, or you have looked on a cutscene where there's no camera panning, there will be camera panning later on in this game. You kind of regain your stamina, and therefore you can push enemies away. Later on in the game, I have to do another dodge, which is right around here. Alright. This is another cutscene. After this, I think. Is it after this? It's probably after this. Once I go back to the basement, there will be a action cutscene, where an action cutscene is just a camera panning towards something, and you don't really regain a lot of stamina at all. So I have to throw an item onto Mr. Felton later on. I'm gonna go upstairs because I've already attached the metal cable to a elevator shaft and the metal grate, therefore allowing me to try to pull the grate up. But when I come around here and I try it, see how much power it's getting. I'm gonna do this glitch. This glitch is also the same thing as an action glitch. And Mr. Felton's right there. This is the lights out RNG. So lights out RNG it's kind of an RNG where you could see where Mr. Felton is like placed at. I got a bit of an alright RNG. The best RNG is him walking towards the study room, which is on my left, and the bad RNG is towards is with him to like near the stairs and stuff like that. I might get hit from here. I hope I don't get hit. Thank you. Alright.
What are you doing here?
That could be a really tight turn that caused me to get hit, but I was quite lucky enough to get to not get hit. So I'm gonna go back down to the basement, and like I said, because of this cutscene, I'm not really getting enough stamina at all. So I'm gonna take this vase. I'm gonna wait for him and hit him with it. I can only use the vase to hit him with it because there is this kind of bug, which is the hitbox bug, where Mr. Felton can only be stunned by a vase at that area. You have these two items right here, and you can't really stun Mr. Felton unless you have a vase. So I'm gonna go to this clock and put this clock key on, which unlocks the whole mechanism below, and for me to take this battery. And I had to do a quick time event for that. And also because I've done a cutscene, I can push Mr. Felton away like that very easily.
Dr. Reed, do you really think you'll get away with this?
Alright, so we're gonna go towards the study room to attach the film and the battery to a projector and to watch a movie out of it. The movie is just a psychological kind of movie. It talks about Mr. Felton and how he got hypnotized into this cult and stuff like that. So I'm gonna attach the film and also the battery. Alright, so right now I'm gonna do a quick time event because Mr. Fountain is praying to a picture of a red nun. So this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna see Mr. Fountain. Until probably the last part of the game, because in the last part of the game he kind of knocks us out. But that will be later on. So we could say goodbye to Old Man and slightly naked body. And we're gonna meet the Red Nun. And right now I'm gonna do a glitch which provides me to have a lot of concentration on this glitch. Because if I miss it, I have to do a backup strat for this thing.
I beg you. Please, give me another chance.
Oh, okay, I missed it.
I'll kill her.
Alright, so I'm gonna do a kind of a backup strat right now. So the backup strat is to run around this area where the Red Nun is still chasing you and leading her away from Rosemary, because the AI of the AI of the Red Nun and the AI of Felton are kind of two different mechanics. I think I got away from her. Yeah, I got away from her. That was a very bad grab. Very bad door, but whatever. Okay, there you go. So you want to get away from the Red Nun because the Red Nun is just bad. And you want to meet this person, and this person is called Jennifer. And now you have to go back and take an umbrella, which all of a sudden the whole gramophone is just turned on by itself, and you want to investigate what happened to what happens with the whole gramophone and stuff. But because we met Jennifer, that means the cosplay outfit on the bed disappears. And bam, it disappears. Wow. Alright. So earlier just now I was doing a kind of like a glitch or something like that. So whenever a camera pans towards something, you can actually freely move, like this part. So you can actually freely move in this area because you're still in the game. If you're not in the game, it's just like a cutscene. This is just called an action cutscene because you can just do an action while being in a cutscene. A cutscene is just a cutscene. Now the Red Nun is trying to chase us. Like I said, the Red Nun, the AI is kind of it acts differently from Mr. Felton, so we're kind of getting away from her by leading her with our footsteps. Now, the Red Nun AI could only hear our footsteps when we leave our footsteps. So like whenever we go around the area, she could like follow our footsteps along. So now we go to the basement. No, what basement? To the attic, sorry. So we go to the attic. And we're gonna meet Jennifer right around the area. Bam. That's a jump scare. And now we try to escape from the attic, but clumsy Rosemary just has to fall down. Oh, fall down. Alright, so right now we have two enemies that are gonna be chasing us around. One is Jennifer, the other one is the Red Nun. Jennifer doesn't really do much at all in this run. It only does more during the wine cellar area, but we're not really gonna do anything about Jennifer in the wine cellar area anyways. Alright, I need to take this battery and then go out from the door from here. I don't think I... Oh, okay. No! Oh my god. That was quite lucky. Okay, so I wanted to get out of this area via that door that I've just untied, because it's kind of a faster way to go to the basement and just use the batteries on this thing. And like I said, the Red Nun AI could follow you when you leave your footsteps behind, and this allows her to actually go towards the basement. She might come around here, but never mind. That was quite lucky as well, because I thought I didn't have enough energy to push her away, but I got enough energy. Supposedly you're supposed to wait for her to open up the door, then you get out without pushing her aside or dodging her aside. But because of that, we had to dodge her, and she left the door open, which is a really good RNG, because when she leaves door open, you can actually not bust through and like not waste a second anyway. I might have to throw an item on her. Oh, I don't have an item. Uh-oh. I might die for this. Oh, I didn't die. Wow. That's actually good RNG as well. Normally, because I said you only need to get 3 hits in order to like... Normally you need to get like 3 hits for this area. I might have to wait for her to like get away for a bit, or I can just like walk towards it. Alright, there we go. That's just a safety strat. Because I didn't know whether she would stop or not. She might not stop, she might stop. It all depends on her mood. That's all I can say, it all depends on her mood. And we have to go to this fireplace because there is something behind the fireplace. And we're gonna use the oil that we took. I forgot to mention about it. The oil is supposed to be for a cart around here. That when you push this thing, you can't really push it because there's no lubricant. So you need the oil for the wheels. At the same time, this is a trigger item, because you need to push it first, know that it's not pushable, then you put the oil on it, then you can push it. Alright, so we inspect the wall and just go to the statue and timber! We found a secret entrance in this area. So this is Celeste's room, and Celeste's room has a boss fight, but we're gonna skip the boss fight by throwing... Oh. Uh-oh. There you go. By throwing items onto mirrors. I missed the first one, that's alright. But we have to break these 7 mirrors just to progress into the game. Now, there is a kind of like a radio or a recorder kind of ringing at the background. Don't worry about it because we're gonna pick it up later. We're just breaking these mirrors just to skip the whole boss fight, because if you take this thing, this radio or recorder kind of thing, before breaking the mirror, it kind of simulates like a boss fight that you have to break all the mirrors first in order to progress, but we kind of skipped that one. Now we have to take these three bricks, go towards this closet, and this will lead towards the sewers. And this is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the game. This is the sewers RNG. The sewers RNG is my favorite out of everything because it gets to know how many hits you get in the sewers. Wow, I already got the really bad RNG. I got the really bad RNG already right at the start. Okay, she doesn't want to hit. Okay, normally the very good RNG is to bypass her hits and get 2 hits only. But because I already got first hit, doing like before the first turn even. That's already considered really bad RNG. 5 hits is gonna be really bad RNG. 4 hits is kind of alright. I wanna get at least 4 before I just pass through this thing. Alright, 4. That's alright. Ooh. I have not speedrun this in a long time, so my movement is kind of bad. And then after this part, after the first part, which is the only RNG dependent, the second part of the sewer is it will always be 4 hits or 4 stabs, and these stabs kind of have like 3 to 5 seconds of cutscene. You either get the fast cutscene or the slow cutscene. And that's it, that's the sewers. We're just gonna escape from here. Take our hand back, which we obviously need. And just go up the ladder to the wine cellar. Now we're gonna look at this photo.
They can't be the same person.
And then go towards this area. Now I'm gonna throw a brick all the way towards this area and then pick up the wine bottle. What happens is that when you're throwing a brick towards that area, because there's Jennifer in there, Jennifer has a nail gun, and we don't want to meet Jennifer at all with that nail gun. So throwing that brick towards that hallway or corridor allows me to bypass her and not fight or not fend off myself from Jennifer with that nail gun, and just go through these valves. There's 3 valves that I need to turn. This is the second one, and then the third one will be right around here. So this is the last one. And then Jennifer is gonna come out like really soon as well. And we're gonna do this one more, I think it's one more glitch before anything else. So we're gonna push this first, which is the metal cabinet, and then push the wooden cabinet. What that does is that there is a key that falls down immediately. If you push the wooden cabinet first and then the metal cabinet, it doesn't get this key to fall down, and you want this key to fall down immediately. There is gonna be like a secondary key that will fall down as well, which you will hear it. Right around here. There we go. That's the secondary key. So that is the actual initial key that is supposed to drop. But because we got the key earlier, we can just bypass that, and we don't have to wait for that secondary key. This cutscene is really long because we kind of take the key, the earlier key first, then the initial key. But now we have to now we meet the red nun again, which we need to bypass her just to go to the elevator, which we need to go to the elevator just to go up. Thanks Infree for the raid. What's up? I am doing a GDQ submission run for now, so I'm not gonna interact with chat a lot, but you guys are gonna come a bit late into the party. But yeah, thanks for the raid. My name is Drew Horse. I'm a Singaporean speedrunner. I speedrun Remothered, and I'm gonna do a very long stream on GDQ submission runs. Now I got into the elevator, and I'm just gonna press buttons and then go towards the metal gate and push this gate aside. We're almost to the end of the game as well, so we're almost done with the game. We just have to see her crying at the corner because she's a sad woman. We're just gonna close this door. And then we're gonna go to the infirmary on the left side. Because we have untied the rope, it's kind of like a faster way to go to the left side than to the right side. And also Jennifer is trying to chase us, but we say no to that because that woman is really, really bad, and we are just going towards the infirmary.
So what happened?
Oh, Gloria.
And then we know that she's evil, and then BAM! No! No evil! Please! I don't want any evil! Then we find out that Gloria is the Red Nun, and we found out that she kind of like poisoned you with cortisone. And you're kind of screwed with all these movements and stuff like that. And then you have moths coming onto your face. You have to do a quick time event again. That's bad. So we have to meet Gloria once again. Fun fact on this scene, if you're on low graphics, this will happen. If you're on medium or high graphics, there will actually be like a white light just to like shine upon you, just to blind your eyes, and that's it. And then you meet Mr. Felton once again. Hello, Mr. Felton, in your cosplay outfit, because we found out that Mr. Felton is Jennifer, and then he can like switch genders for some reason. But yeah, it's a cool little story. If you're playing this casually, I highly recommend you guys play casually on this game. But yeah, we're gonna escape from him. He's dousing everything in gasoline and wanting to burn this place down. And we say, no! We are not gonna get evil places, evil things in our system. Even though we are actually evil as well. Somehow she got a lighter. I don't know how she got a lighter. She's just gonna throw a lighter towards Mr. Felton with gasoline on him, and yeah, there you go. We're almost about to come to the end of the game as well. I need to skip this cutscene. And we see Mr. Felton's body on the floor, all crisp up. Almost to the end. We have to now bypass Gloria in order to escape from this this whole mansion. Alright. Actually, like this. Alright. So I'm gonna stand right here because you need to use a crank that you found from Mr. Felton's body. And then, oh shoot!
No, not this time.
Oh shoot! Gloria, what are you doing here? We're just gonna stab you in the eye. Oopsies! And then she uses the B word, which is really bad. She said it again. Alright, so we're gonna use this elevator crank to just crank up a bit more because you need to get out of this mansion. We're on the second attic. I don't know why is there like an attic and then another attic just stacked up. So it's really weird. Really weird kind of layout of the house, but yeah. We're almost about to end this this area. We just need to get out over here. You need to stop saying that word. It's bad. Very bad. Alright. And then... oh no, she teleported. How did she teleport? Oh no, we stab her in the eye again. And then she becomes a seagull. She becomes a very nice seagull. Alright, we're gonna do this glitch. But it allows me to actually walk by her. It's kind of like the action cutscene as well. And then crank this thing. I hope that I don't... oh! That was a clutch save right there. Normally, she could just get you right there. But it's a very risky strat, and I don't really recommend runners who are trying to get into this game do that, because it could lose a lot of time. We're just gonna climb up, and I'm gonna hope for RNG for this part because this crawl has RNG. I might get the fast one, I might get the slow one. I got the fast one. And then a bit of a slow one. Go. Go! Alright, nice. Alright, I'm gonna throw this item at her because she only relies on sound now. Because we stab her in the eye, or both of her eyes, she only uses echolocation just to find her. So throwing an item towards her on a safe kind of distance will allow her to like to just hear the item but not to be alerted by us or to know that we are there. And then oh no, she teleported once again. I don't know how she teleported. She always teleports. That's the last item that I'm gonna throw on her before ending this game. We turn on the generator just to get this light to work so that we could get away from her. This final stretch. Time will stop when I hit the button that is on the window. I think, yeah.
I can't see anything.
And then Gloria is just teleporting everywhere. We don't know how she teleported anyways. Alright. This is the final stretch. Time will stop really soon. Once I have this last cutscene. This is the second last cutscene, by the way. The last cutscene is just Gloria just coming towards this area. And hitting the button and time. That is Remothered Tormented Fathers. And then this is a whole 10-minute cutscene of gibberish. Spoiler alert, it's just gibberish. It's actually just gibberish. If you want to know about the whole story, you could just play this casually. I recommend this as a casual gameplay, but because of the gibberish, I'm just gonna wait for the second game to come out as well. So this is just GG. So yeah. Alright. So with this GDQ submission, I hope to see this game in a kind of an awful block. It's either the awful block or the horror block. I would really want either both of them. Either one of them to actually have this game in GDQ. So yeah. It's not really a bad time, but it's an alright time. Usually my estimate will be about like 40 because I want it to be 40 and there is a lot of things that could go wrong in this game. But yeah, this is Remothered Tormented Fathers. I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah,